Get ready for mischief, because today we're hearing from Marvel Studios Loki himself, Tom Hiddleston. We're also talking to David Bess and Amy Astley about Season 2 of Walt Disney Animation Studios, Zenimation, and much more. I'm Jenny.
And I'm Andre. This is What's Up Disney Plus, where we talk all things Disney Plus. Marvel Studios Loki is now streaming on Disney Plus, which sees our favorite god of mischief tackling new adventures after the events of Marvel Studios' Avengers Endgame.
You put our timeline in chaos. I want you to help us fix it.
Let's just say there's some time travel involved.
Now we get to hear straight from Loki himself, Tom Hiddleston. Take a look.
What's up, Disney Plus? I, for one, couldn't be more proud of Loki's newfound career success at the TVA in Marvel Studios Loki. Inspired by his example, I'm here to share a few foolproof tricks to land and thrive at your dream job. Here we go. First and foremost, always show up on time with a smile on your face. Next, win the approval of your superiors.
Big metaphor guy. I love it. Makes you sound super smart.
I am smart.
I know.
Okay.
Okay.
Greet each new task with enthusiasm.
Please sign to verify this is everything you've ever said.
This is absurd. Respect the chain of command. It is adorable that you think you could possibly manipulate me. And above all, remain honest and trustworthy.
I've studied almost every moment of your entire life. You've literally stabbed people in the back like 50 times.
Why never do it again? Be sure to check out all these shining examples and more in Marvel Studios Loki, the original series, now streaming on Disney Plus.
Thanks, Tom. That's some great advice. Now I have the pleasure of talking with the cast and crew of Marvel Studios Loki. Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here.
Andre, hello, sir.
Hi, Andre. How are you?
I am so excited for your new series on Disney Plus. Tom, what was it like to learn that Loki was going to have his own series?
I mean, I was delighted. There are so many aspects of the character that have been in the comics, and there are so many new opportunities and avenues to explore, so I just couldn't wait to get started. What could possibly go wrong?
There's like a million things.
And Owen, welcome to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. What was it like to be able to join the MCU and be a part of this series?
Well, I was really excited when Kate, the director, called me and that they wanted me to play this character, Mobius.
What if I can offer you a chance?
And what does my chance require?
Work.
Yeah, you definitely seem to get a lot of street cred when you join the MCU. I'm happy to have finally made it.
This looks like such a cool project to be working on. Do you have any interesting behind-the-scenes stories that you can share with us?
I don't know that I have any kind of crazy stories, as we shot the show during the pandemic, so there wasn't a lot of like hanging out. It was pretty, strict conditions.
We had to suspend production, and when we restarted 5 months later, there was an energy in the cast and in the crew that I'll never forget. I really won't. It just was, we became like a family, looking out for each other and looking after each other.
We all got on so well. Tom filling us in on how things work in the MCU. I really had a ball.
If you had 3 words to describe this series, what would they be?
Well, I suppose mischievous would be one, epic, and unexpected.
I think that sound also counts as the word. Wummy?
Timeless, adventurous, questioning.
That's good. And Tom, what you got?
Expect the unexpected.
That is perfect. I love it. Well, thank you so much for your time. I'm so excited for this series, and it was an honor to talk to you all.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Really nice to talk to you.
You can stream the first episode of Marvel Studios Loki right now on Disney Plus and catch new episodes on Wednesdays.
And now there's no time like the present to give you what's new.
For your entertainment, remain seated and keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs on the couch. Behind the Attraction from executive producers Dwayne Johnson, Danny Garcia, and Brian Volk-Weiss is streaming July 16th on Disney+.
And here's the latest special look at Marvel Studios' Black Widow. See the movie on Disney Plus with premiere access on July 9th. Additional fee required.
Different decades, same Hooch energy. Catch the 1989 movie Turner and Hooch, now streaming on Disney Plus. And get ready for when the brand new Turner and Hooch series, starring Josh Peck, starts streaming on July 16th. Now we're thrilled to be joined by David Bess and Amy Astley from Walt Disney Animation Studios Zenimation. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
We're so glad to be here. Andre, Jenny, we're huge fans.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Zenimation is one of the most relaxing series that we get to watch. So for those who are unfamiliar, can you tell us a little bit about Zenimation?
Zenimation is a series that creates a mindfulness soundscape with scenes from the timeless films from our Walt Disney Animation Studios legacy. Picture scenes from your favorite Disney animation films and remove the music, remove the dialogue. So what you're left with are these amazing sound effects that you may not have heard when you've heard the original versions of the film. And to find mindfulness in our films, I think, is such a special thing.
Oh my gosh. I mean, for me, it's such a nice way to consume these classics and favorites in a different way.
Yeah.
You know? So I really want to know what inspired the series.
Well, if you've ever been to D23 Expo, it's really exciting, it's really cool, it's really fun, but it can be a bit of a sensory overload. And a few years ago, when I was there as part of our Walt Disney Animation Studios booth on the exhibit floor, where we have a couple of TV monitors up on the wall, I noticed that a lot of guests were kind of taking a break, just camping themselves in front of these monitors and just watching what was on the screen. And we usually had things like trailers, TV spots, behind the scenes featurettes playing. And a couple of years ago, I thought, well, what could we put on those monitors that would be maybe a little bit relaxing, where someone could just stop and just take a breath and just watch something that's a little more slow paced and relaxing. But that's where it started, was D23 Expo.
That is something that I could see myself gravitating towards to get that much needed break.
Yeah, I've ran around the D23 Expo show floor myself, so appreciate that. Appreciate that moment of like,
Zenimation pays tribute to both visual and sound artists across Disney Animation Studios. Can you talk to us about the importance of sound on screen?
When you think of animated films, everything you see on screen and everything you hear has been put there by a team of artists. And I think to be able to celebrate that in something like Zenimation is what makes it so special for David and me, who are both such huge fans.
So what does the technical and creative process of isolating all these sounds look like for you and your team?
We start by using a version of the films that already have the dialogue and the sound effects and the music separated. So we can literally turn off the dialogue and the music. Once we've found the shots and the clips that we want and we've put them together in an order that has a flow, we send it off to our amazing sound designer at Shannon Mills. And he actually has done a lot of the original sound design for a lot of our recent films. So it's kind of cool for him. He's getting to revisit a lot of his own work. And sometimes if the original audio had minimal sound design to begin with, he'll go in and enhance, tweak things a little bit, and even add a little bit of original sound effects. Our incredible mixer, David Fleur, also longtime Disney veteran, he has also tried to match the original fidelity and audio quality of some of our older clips. David will go in and try to match that new sound so that it sounds as if it could have come from the original audio.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh, the attention to detail.
Something I found very interesting revisiting these scenes, but with just the isolated sounds, is I was finding myself tuning in more to the animation and the visuals.
I was going to say that too.
It's like when you're watching the full movie, it's like, oh, okay, what's gonna happen next?
What's happening?
Let's get to the story, get to the plot. But like with just having those sounds, it's like now I can really like focus in on this animation. And some of the animated shots that you chose specifically for animation are impressive as well. When I'm seeing the water in Moana, when I'm seeing the city landscape of the Princess and the Frog, it's like, oh, this is like a nice little world I'm being in right now, and the sound takes me there.
You take a scene like the opening of The Lion King, which is so iconic, you know, it's such an incredible scene. And it's the music, right? That just, you know, everything works together in that. The sound effects, the music, the animation. It's such a great cohesive moment. It becomes just a different experience. It's just kind of interesting when you remove that music and suddenly you're hearing the sound effects of animals and birds and wind. And it was, like you said, it was all there before. It's just that I don't want to say it takes back stage, because that's not really accurate. It's just that I think your focus shifts a little bit. So it becomes kind of a different experience, and it almost feels like, oh, this feels like a scene I haven't seen before.
Moana specifically left the biggest impact on me in Zenimation, because it looks like a real ocean. I'm like, wait, this is animated.
So was there a particular scene in the upcoming season that you were really excited to work with?
Yes, there's some animation that was done exclusively for the D23 Expo a couple of years ago. And it was when Raya and the Last Dragon was announced. It's not in the final film. It's about 3 minutes worth of finished, beautiful animation. And so we thought about it and we took another look at it and we thought, oh, this would be really perfect for Zenimation, because the particular sequence has a lot of rain in it. It's very atmospheric. The action that takes place in it has kind of a slower pace. And it gives you time to just soak in the environment and the really beautiful visuals.
So I actually was one of the lucky ones to see that at D23 Expo, but it's so awesome that they're going to have it as a Zenimation exclusive for everyone to see.
Well, thank you again so much, both of you, for stopping by. Check it out, season 2. I'm looking forward to it so much. Thank you again for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. Really fun to talk to you guys.
Thank you so much.
Unwind with season 2 of Walt Disney Animation Studios' Zenimation, streaming June 11th on Disney+. I must say, Andre, today's episode has left me feeling incredibly relaxed.
Right there with you, Jenny. Well, that's it for today. Head over to Disney Plus to stream all of your favorites and more, and we'll see you next time.
I don't think I'm going anywhere for a while, Andre.
Right there with you, Jenny.
Golly, what a day.
Gear up. Don't those feel good?
Absolutely not.